Hey everybody, welcome back to the Slasher Uprising channel, the home of the slasher movie. This is going to be episode number 51 of my slasher movie archives. In this video, I will be giving my review for 420 Massacre, released in 2018. Inhale, exhale, scream. Okay, so getting into the plot for this one. Over 420 weekend, 5 young women decide to celebrate their friend's birthday by taking a camping trip to a nearby national park. However, their fun is quickly snubbed out when they stumble upon an illegal marijuana grow operation hidden in the greenery and protected by a bloodthirsty maniac. Will they survive or will they perish and search for the ultimate high? Okay, so getting into my thoughts for this one. This was a first time watch for me, and I had a good time with this movie. It's the perfect example of just turning your brain off and just going with it and having a good time. Or maybe in some cases, if you do partake, spark it up and then just go with it and have a good time. After all, this is a slasher movie made for stoners. It's obviously for every slasher fan, but this one is a slasher movie that stoners can celebrate and be proud of. And just in case you are not aware, 420 is the marijuana culture's get high holiday. This movie plays into that. Now, I did enjoy this movie quite a bit, but it's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. I wasn't a fan of the movie's score. I did like the ominous sounding music that would play while the killer was lurking. That was fine. Nothing that really stood out too much, but it was fine. We did, however, get some alternative sounding music, and at other times we would get some hip hop or rap sounding music, and I wasn't really a fan of either. I think my problem is, in my opinion, it's never a good idea to just add in music as filler, and that's what it felt like to me, but maybe it was an artistic choice. I also wanted to mention the setting. The movie was filmed in Big Bear Lake, a national park in California. Now, I haven't personally ever been there to see it live and in person, but based off this movie, it looks like a very dry and desolate looking area. In some scenes, it almost looks like a desert. There's a lot of dirt and dead looking trees. Now, I'm guessing this was probably filmed in the fall or winter months, when a lot of vegetation was dying out. There's not a lot of green vegetation to see in this movie. There is some greenery, but just not a lot. I say all this because this is a movie about illegally growing marijuana and a killer who will stop at nothing to protect it. The setting seems a little dry and desolate for such an operation. But with that being said, I'm not an expert at growing anything, so what do I know? The DVD features play movie, setup, chapters, and extras as menu options. The extras include interviews with the cast, a conversation with actor Jim Storm, and play the feature with audio commentary. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the characters we have in 420 Massacre. As the movie opens, we have Doug and Buddy, who are searching for some illegally grown marijuana. Seeing how it's being grown in a national park, they feel like they have just as much of a right to it as anyone. It's risky, but it's a risk they're willing to take.
Holy shit!
Then we have a group of friends, 5 young women, who are going camping to celebrate not only the weekend of 420, but it's also one of the girls' birthday. So it's perfect timing.
Happy birthday, Jen. Happy birthday. Love you.
Now, some of this group has returned to this camping spot several times throughout the years, ever since they were kids, and have made great lasting memories. Of course, without issue until now. The group consists of Jess, who is celebrating her birthday. Jess isn't a pot smoker. She is here more or less to reminisce and spend time with her friends, and I guess watch them have a good time. Nothing wrong with that, of course. She has that tough girl personality. We have Aubrey, who has been close friends with Jess and has been camping at this location with Jess before. Aubrey sees this trip as an opportunity to finally confess her true feelings for Jess. Aubrey truly cares for her friends, but for Jess, the feelings are much deeper. We also have Rachel and Michelle, who are romantically connected. Michelle is sort of the soft voice of reason girl out of the group. Rachel is more of the carefree, fearless, and blunt personality type. And then we have Donna, who is somewhat a comic relief type character, sort of. She's just looking to spark it up and have a good time. 420 is a holiday that was created for people like Donna. She truly lives the lifestyle.
Should know me by now. I don't fuck around when it comes to the ganja.
And finally, we have Ranger Rick, who offers the girls some sound advice. He advises the girls to stay on the trail, to only use the designated camping spots, to read all the signs posted, and most importantly, to stay out of them damn hills, or else. Overall, I enjoyed these characters. I thought they were all pretty fun. I enjoyed following them through the storyline, and the acting I thought was pretty solid by slasher movie standards. And by slasher movie standards, I mean B-movie standards. This is obviously not a big AAA budget film, so for what this movie is, the acting was very solid in my opinion. Okay, so now I'm going to talk about the most important part of a slasher movie, that is the killer and the kills. I really like the setup and the look of the killer in this one. In this one, we have a feral-looking, illegal weed-growing, weed-smoking madman who will stop at nothing to protect his marijuana crops. He does suffer from PTSD. He wears a ghillie suit to not only hide his identity, but to also blend in into the environment. It's effective enough, but this entire movie takes place during the day, so obviously it would have been way more effective and even more scary at night if there would have been some nighttime scenes. His weapon of choice is a large knife, but he also appears to be wearing bear claws. There's actually a few scenes where he's running around pretty fast, and maybe this is just me, but he kind of looked like a Sasquatch out there running around in the woods. But that's probably just me. Sometimes I guess you just see what you want to see. Now, could you imagine if we had a weed-smoking Sasquatch in this movie? That would be something. But all nonsense aside, this is a straight-up slasher movie. It's not a comedy. It does have some comedic elements, but it's definitely not a comedy. I really do dig the killer in this movie, and we also get a nice little twist thrown in for good measure. And as far as the kills go, the movie has a pretty generous body count with around 8 or 9 kills. Of course, we get a throat cut, a stabbing, a person gets gutted, we get a beheading, and my personal favorite was the water bomb kill, just to name a few. The kills were all violent and gory and done with some really good special effects. Overall, I had fun with this one, even though it does have its own fair share of issues. It's definitely not a movie to be taken very serious. It's a turn your brain off and just go with it type of movie. Even though I do really like the theme of the movie, the story is very simplistic. The movie has some slight pacing issues, but at the same time, it does check a lot of the boxes for me for what I find to be entertaining in a slasher movie. IMDb give 420 Massacre a 3.8 out of 10. I'm going to give it a 6.5 out of 10. Remember, evil never dies, it rests a while. It watches, it waits. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to the Slasher Uprising channel, the home of the slasher movie. Tune in each and every Saturday night for a new video as evil takes back the night. Be sure to comment below and let me know if you have seen 420 Massacre, or just let me know what you think of the video. And as always, I would like to thank you all for watching.